Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar Simsol, marketer here, and in this video I want to quickly show you how to make more sales with the deadline funnel feature in System.io, and essentially tell you about what the deadline funnels feature is, why use it, and also how to set one up. First of all, what is a deadline funnel feature in System.io? I think for a lot of people it's not a well-known feature, even though it's been around for quite a while, but it's essentially a kind of a tool that adds an urgency element to your funnel. So let's say there's like a sales page on it. It adds an additional countdown element that urges people, especially people who who are motivated by like fear of missing out. That's a kind of a large portion of your potential buyers. You have the ability to add in that element, but it's dependent on when they opt into your funnel, just so it kind of each person that opts into your funnel gets their own deadline, as opposed to if you have an evergreen funnel, right? You want the person that opted in today or the person that opts in a year, you want them to still have the same, let's say, 5-day window, right? So it's a fairly easy thing to set up, but there's just a couple of things. There might be some pitfalls where people make mistakes and they kind of fail to use it. But I think it's a really vital feature if you just want to make, obviously it's not guaranteed, but it's a good way to add in more sales, be more efficient with your funnels that you just set up and you let them run in the background, right? And yeah, by not adding this funnel, you're essentially leaving money on the table. That's, just to keep it short. But yeah, just to show you kind of what a funnel is, if you kind of, maybe you've never built any on system or just kind of need like a refresher on what it is. It's essentially, this one is pretty simple, but it's a set of pages where first, the classic way, usually you've probably encountered it many times, where someone offers you a freebie, right? You put in your email, then you get the freebie delivered to you via email, and that's pretty much it, right? That's the way usually people build it. But to kind of upgrade that funnel and make some initial sales right away on autopilot, people tend to add in a sales page, right? Once someone opts in for a freebie, there's a relevant offer on the next page for like $17, $29, $49. It's relatively cheap, and it's kind of an impulse buy, but it needs to be relevant to the freebie, right? The freebie solves a small problem. You get people's attention, you help them, but the paid offer right after they sign up, the one they see, it solves a bigger problem in exchange for for some price. Yeah, in this funnel, there's a template, a free template. You can get it down below if you've never set one up. So it comes with the template, the training video, just kind of like a set of templates that all connect together. You can build one out yourself in case you never have and you need some sort of a foundation. That's what I'm going to be using for this video. So again, after the video, you can get it below in the description, pin comment, completely for free. So yeah, let's just go in. So what you need is you need an opt-in page. You need an order form or sales page. I call it a sales page, but it's an order form where the checkout form is, where they can put in their credit card details and purchase your product, right? And then there's optional upsell pages, which I'm a big fan of because it increases the money made purchaser on average, right? Some people opt into the upsell as well, as long as it's relevant, it's good price, they see value in it. But for this one, I guess we can take it out, we can remove it. But if you get the template, you get the full explanation how to set this whole thing up. But for this video's sake, just so it's not 3 hours long, I'm going to get straight to the point. So we have the squeeze page, opt-in page, landing page, whatever you want to call it, the order form, and the thank you page to confirm that everything's, they've purchased and it's all good. So the way this works is for someone to actually opt into that deadline funnel, they need to give you their name and email, right? Once they do that, they get their freebie. Then let's say in this case, there's going to be the 5-day countdown, right? And over here, if you see deadline settings, this applies to the whole funnel. You can set it up whatever the amount of days is from the moment they sign up. In this case, we're going to put in 5 days, right? First of all, we have to enable it. And that's the amount of time they're going to be given in this example to make a decision whether they want to make a purchase or not. Once they opt in, we're going to be sending them an email sequence every day for the next 5 days, just to kind of urging people to actually purchase this product, because most of the people that sign up and end up on this order form page, they will not purchase. Let's say only 10% of people purchase, right? Then the other 90%, we can still send them emails, and some of them might purchase, might not purchase, but that urgency element, the deadline funnel element, under deadline settings, that's what's going to urge, let's say, like a quarter of your potential buyers, right? So that's like an additional tool, a marketing tool that you can use. But as you can see here, it can only be used on the order form and sales page type of pages, which you can see here. order form. That's where the checkout form is, and also the sales page. That's just kind of like a front end where you explain what the product is. If you want to get it, click this button. Then they end up on the order form. So only for those two types of pages you can connect the countdown timer, which I'm going to show in a second, to this whole deadline funnel thing. So in this case, it's going to be 5 days. Funnel step to redirect to once the deadline funnel has expired. You can create another page that says, sorry, the offer has expired, right? Just an additional page below the thank you page. And that's where basically once the 5 days are over, they will be automatically redirected away from the sales page, and their opportunity is essentially gone, right? So not everyone will purchase, but it will urge some people to purchase with this timer. So in this case, I'm just going to do thank you page, but you could set up like a separate page that just says, sorry, the offer has expired. And that time when deadline page should expire, I would leave this off. This depends on your time zone. So if you have people from all around the world, does it matter if you want to do like a midnight deadline, for example, right? Specifically, if everyone lives in your country in your specific time zone, it kind of maybe might matter. But if you have people from all around the world, I would leave this off. That's what I would do with my deadline funnels as well. And here it says available funnel steps for deadline funnel. This is where it automatically kind of detects which pages qualify for this or kind of fit the criteria. So in this case, it's an order form page titled sales page, so it might be like slightly confusing. You need to check those pages in because we're going to be adding the countdown timer. We need to be able to connect it to the deadline funnel. So don't forget to save. So yeah, that has been all set up. But before using this feature, we need to go to the order form page, upsell, whatever pages, right? Whatever pages you have that have products connected to them, you need to connect those products, because if you don't have a connected product, most likely the deadline funnel feature will not work. It will just like either direct you directly to the thank you page, like it's just not a valid page, right? Because it doesn't work. So always make sure that your order form page has, or upsell pages, downsell pages, whatever, have this product connected. So once we have it connected, let's go into the sales page, edit page, and we need a countdown timer. So over here, if we move my face, the countdown timer element, we just drag it in here. You can, click on it. You can make edits, right? Let's delete this one. We have the original one, which is the same thing. Let's click on it. And here, to connect it to this deadline funnel feature, over here, right now, the countdown timer is set to expire every day at 11:59, which is not what we need. We need same as deadline funnel settings. So let's turn that on. And now, once they opt into the funnel, they're going to see this page. It's going to say 4 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, right? And as we send them emails the next couple of days, this timer will slowly dwindle down to, all the way down to zeros, depending on when they're checking that sales page. So let's click on save. I think that's the only one we have. You can kind of sprinkle it throughout the page. As I said before, this funnel template is down below. You can get it afterwards. And yeah, let's go out. So the way this works is once they opt in, let's just do a quick opt-in, and let's just quickly put in our email, click on yes. So we as the end user opt in to this funnel. And now it's a couple of seconds over, but now as we opted in, right, this is the timer. This is kind of most of the equation, but we also want to connect like an email campaign that will keep bringing them back, because if we don't have an email campaign, they're not going to come back to this page. This is the only time they see it. Yes, no. Okay, they made a decision. Most people will say no. They will close the page, and that's essentially it, right? Basically there's kind of no point in using this feature, I guess. You still got to get some sort of an urgency, right? You can set it to like a smaller, like a 2 hour, whatever, but it's pointless to do it a deadline settings way. So what you do in this case is you go to automation rules, and we need to connect like a 5-day campaign, right, to this sign up form. Once they opt in, they see the page, they say no, but over the next 5 days until the timer expires, we want to keep sending them emails. So we add a rule, and the trigger is funnel step form subscribed, and the action is subscribe to campaign, and then we add the 5-day email campaign right over here, which needs to be set up, which there might be a pop-up somewhere above my face where it talks about how to set up this 5-day email sequence. That's another YouTube video. You can go check that out after this, but it's under emails and campaigns. It's really quick and easy. You can set it up. But yeah, just to recap it, this is the funnel, right? They come from YouTube, Instagram, wherever you promote your freebie, right? People opt in, they receive their welcome email, welcome sequence, right? They get opted into a sequence. And at the same time, while that email is going out to their inbox, they see that sales page, right? With the countdown timer. At first, it's 5 days left, but this email sequence, right? The daily emails or whatever amount of emails you want to do. You can do hourly if you want, but that's a little bit of an overkill. You can do less frequent emails, but yeah, those emails keep sending to them. Let's say daily, and they keep reintroducing not the freebie, but the sales page every day, different angles, time's running out, 3 days left, 2 days left, 1 day left, right? And we keep bringing them back to this page, and the countdown timer is relevant. It doesn't reset every time they visit. And yeah, they either make a purchase and they get taken out of the sequence, which I'll show you in a second how to do it, or if they don't make a purchase, the funnel just runs out and that's it. As for making sure that people who do purchase, we don't want them to be part of this email campaign anymore. For that, you just go to automations, rules, create, right? And then once they purchase this product that you're selling, right, on that opt-in page, and then the emails, right, you're selling that product, new sale, you specify what product it is, right? Specify here, let's just say this is a random product, action, unsubscribe from campaign, and whatever that 5-day email campaign is. So this is kind of, it's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of annoying if someone purchases on day 3, but you keep sending them the emails just to kind of run out the campaign, the rest of the emails. So set this automation up too. It's just an extra thing just to make it all seamless, and it's a good experience for the end user as well, especially if they buy. They don't want to, you don't want to bombard them with the same emails if they bought it already. So yeah, that is kind of the short version. Hopefully I covered everything, but if I didn't, comment below. I respond to every comment. Maybe I skipped over some details, but the main point of this is you want to add some urgency because there's a significant portion of people who land in your funnels who are motivated by fear of missing out, or FOMO, which you've probably heard. And this is a great way to customize it to each person depending on a time when they kind of land into this funnel. You can have this funnel running for 2-3 years, whatever the amount of time is, and it will still work the same for every person. So yeah, that's it for this one. Comment below, as I mentioned before. If you have any questions, go get the template. It will show you how to set up the whole funnel, not just the deadline funnel feature. Also, yeah, maybe at the end of the video as well, it will talk about how to set up the welcome sequence, the campaign, the 5-day campaign. Check that out as well. And yeah, that is it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.